Hey guys, good morning. I am Tamil Selvan Bharati. It is September 6th, Wednesday, and this is during my dog walk. And today I want to talk about cancers, common cancers. But we'll start the topic with a nice, super Chennai Tamil lingo. Remember, guys, India, the Chennai Tamil guy, if they get pissed off with you, they'll say like, "Hey, na nanchinugra. Vauthula irukka manja sorla vella vandru theriyuma." So let's start the topic with that. But first, let me flip the camera. Let me show you sun god, because every time when we do this, we pray to sun god. Beautiful sun god. I always try to become like Balu Mahendra. PC Sriram, greatest cinematographer. I try to shoot sun. அதுக்கு முன்னாடி நிற்கிற ஓக் ட்ரீ பாருங்கள் எங்கள் வீட்டில். அண்ட் ஐ ஆல்சோ கெட் ரிமைண்டட் ஆஃப் ராஜா சாரோட ஒரு பாட்டு, காலை நேரம் ரிமைண்ட் பண்ணுற மாதிரி. அதிகாலை நேரமே தரரரரரர நா 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 நா. வாட்ட சாங் இல்லைங்க, மீண்டும் ஒரு காதல் கதை, பிரதாபோத்தன் பத்தில். இங்கே பாருங்கள், பியூட்டிஃபுல் என்னோட வீப்பிங் வில்லோ. ஸோ லுக் அட் தீஸ் leaves and branches, they weep. மேலேருந்து அப்படியே கீழே they go down. Chennai Tamil, guys. Talking about Chennai Tamil, have you guys heard of it? If somebody gets really pissed with you, அவங்க என்ன சொல்லுவாங்க? ஏய், என்ன நினச்சின்னுக்குறா? நான் பெரிய பிஸ்தாவா நீ அப்படி கேட்டு then they'll say like, வவுத்தில் இருக்க மஞ்சா சோர்லாம் வெளில வந்துரு தெரியல அப்படி. I used to think like, what the heck are they talking about? வவுத்தில் இருக்க மஞ்சா சோறு எப்படி வெளில வரும்? வவுத்தில் இருக்கிறா மஞ்சா சோர்லாம் வெளில வந்துரு தெரியல. So I used to think like, what are they talking about? அதாவது கத்தியில் சதக்குன்னு குத்திட்டான்னு வச்சுக்கோங்களேன், எல்லாம் வெளில வந்துடும்ல. Disembowelment. So I think that's what they're talking about. They're saying like, hey, நான் தெரியல வடிவேலு மாதிரி, தெரியல நான் டெரரு, கத்தியில் குத்தி வவுத்தில் இருக்கா எல்லாத்தையும் வெளில எடுத்துறேன். அதுதான் I think that's what they're meaning. But இப்போ நான் அந்த கேன்சர் ரிலேட்டடாக யோசிக்க போய் நண்பர்களே, I really remembered. We'll just talk about this வவுத்தில் இருக்க மஞ்சா சோறு, because it is true in medical treatment. We create this protocol. There is something called as a colostomy, and when you give a colostomy to a patient, it is a bag that connects to your belly. And the bag la all the stool, feces, adula vella vandrum. So that is done for colon cancer treatment. Enoda friend, friend of mine, he developed colon cancer, just 53 years old. அதனால தான் நண்பர்களே, it is really a relevant topic to talk about, because nowadays many of these cancers, they are occurring earlier, and the incidence, the numbers are increasing. So we need to be concerned about this, and we need to do everything that is preventive, and we need to also go for screening. So this colon cancer patient friend of mine, he ended up with colon cancer adu in the rectum, just above the anus, just few centimeters above the anus, and they had to give him radiation treatment and chemotherapy, and then finally they had to do removal of the rectum and a proctectomy. So on the whole area where they took it out, so now he cannot hold stool in rectum because there is no more any rectum. So they brought his descending colon. Colonல வந்து மூணு இருக்கு நண்பர்களே, ascending colon, transverse colon, and descending colon. So on the descending colon, they brought it out. They gave him a colostomy where he has got a bag, stuck on his belly. On the bag, your feces will collect, and then you have to empty it periodically. See, normally when the feces collect, in the colon, and when it comes to the rectum, we have the urge to go poop. So we go, defecate. We have a bowel moment, so that's normal stuff. So the poop keeps on accumulating in your colostomy bag, and then including gas. See, normal gas, you just fart it out, right? But in the gas, when people are gassy, when they eat things that can really cause, gaseous distension, or aerophagy. Aerophagy, where you are swallowing a lot of air. Some people, they just do that. When they swallow food or drink water, they are swallowing a lot of air, and that's part of the fart. So, non-stinking fart. So, on the fart, and the gas, so it will just distend your colostomy bag. And then when the colostomy bag really gets distended with a lot of gas, then you have to manually burp it, because in naturally what you would do is, when you are very gassy, you just fart it out. Toilet to just fart it out. But in a colostomy bag, when there is a lot of gas accumulation, you have to manually burp it. Children burp பண்ற மாதிரி, so you have to really let the air out of the bag. So that friend was very down when he went through the colostomy and all that. He said like, why did I get this, and look what happened to me. This a major lifestyle change, so for the rest of my life this is how I need to live. So I thought I'll just make a little post about these cancers. See guys, in the United States there are about what 300 million people, right? Of the 300 million people, 2 million people are expected to develop cancer this year, 2023. So that's a lot. Now, 2 million. Of the 2 million, the topmost cancer is breast cancer. Okay? At about 15%. We'll talk about that later. The second topmost, 15%, that is prostate cancer in men. Okay? So women cannot get prostate cancer because they don't have a prostate gland. But the strange thing is men can get breast cancer. Even though number of breast it is not, it's still a breast. The male breast is still a breast, and you can still, it's got the breast tissue, and you can still develop the same breast cancer that your women gets. Okay, so first topmost cancer is breast cancer, number 1. Number 2 is prostate cancer in men. The third cancer is lung and bronchus. Okay, lungs. So the lung cancer, of course, dammunala. Most of it is because of tobacco smoking, and then the fourth cancer is colorectal, colon and rectal. So that's what we are talking about today. So it is on the rise, nowadays. Nammaloda dietary modification, see, we all had high roughage diet. 100 years ago, it was not that processed. Our food was not that processed at all. So it had a lot of fiber in it, but nowadays we don't have fiber, and meat intake, it increases your risk for colon cancer. So there are a lot of risk factors, and if you had familial, if there is somebody else who had colon cancer in the family, polyps. So modalla the colon cancer starts like a little polyp, and then they get bigger and bigger, and then so it takes some time for it to really become a full-blown cancer. That's why having proper colonoscopy, screening colonoscopy helps. And screening colonoscopy is where people, the doctors, gastroenterologists typically, they put the endoscopy through your rear end. Rear end so anus la potite, so they can actually first on the rectum la they can look around. Now there is a camera there, so they can really look on all the sides of the rectum and see if there is cancer. And then when they insert it further, they go to sigmoid colon, and then sigmoid colon they can see if there are any cancers. And then when they insert it further, then you get the descending colon, and then they go further, then the transverse colon, they can go there, and then they go further, and then the ascending colon. Then you have the cecum, okay, cecum varaikum. So they can really go all the way, a good colonoscopy with a good prep. Prep the previous day before you have colonoscopy, they give you medications to have diarrhea pretty much. And then most patients, they don't like this diarrhea at all, because you are having non-stop diarrhea, and you are not supposed to eat any solids. You just drink clear liquids, and you keep on taking this medicine to have diarrhea, so that all the stool in your rectum, colon, it's all gone. So when the doctor goes in there, it'll be like clean field. They can take good pictures, they can identify all the polyps that are growing, and they can actually snare the polyps. They can cut the polyp off, and then they'll send it for biopsy. And if there are any big polyps, then still they can do a biopsy, they can do all of it. And then later, of course, if they do diagnose, see, sometimes the polyp and the chinnada polyp, they'll just snare it, and it's good thing. But sometimes it is bigger, and then the surgeon has to really go in there and do the work. So that is all later part. But this colonoscopy is a lifesaver. Many of my friends, we are all 50 plus. So 50 plus, many of my friends, have already had colonoscopy. There is no shame about it. Many of us, we think like yenga poi or doctor to poite, எல்லாத்தையும் அவுத்து போட்டு so பின்னாடி வழியா ஆசனவாய் வழியா உள்ள விட்டு அவங்க நம்மள செக் பண்ண போறாங்க. Why should I really have it done? And சொல்லிட்டு many of us have the shame about it, but there is nothing to be shameful, guys, because it's a life saving thing. So, and then of course prevention is always better than cure. So prevention ku neenga nalla high roughage diet so Google pannunga neenga. So Google, and then you'll know how to prevent colon cancer. So there are ways. So have a healthy lifestyle, and then of course na ipo walking poranla, guys, this is the greatest news. Did you know this? Just active lifestyle and daily exercise, it prevents cancers too. It's not like it prevents only heart attacks and by controlling diabetes, controlling hypertension, but it also really prevents cancer. So I'll have a healthy lifestyle. So today I've not walked at all. I just stood here and I wanted to do a good delivery of the speech. Hopefully you liked it, and we'll continue to talk more, and then Chennai Lingola will talk more, guys. Okay, take care and have a great day. Goodbye.